Hello and welcome to today's video. So today we will be doing a little bit of terraforming around the base here, particularly around the front, around the courtyard area. We'll be swapping out all this luscious green grass with dirty dirt. The reason being is, like I discussed last episode, the front of this base, it's supposed to look like a place that's trampled over by horses and soldiers constantly leaving and entering this fortress in constant war and conflict. So obviously, you know, the grass doesn't really fit with that. So yeah, without any further ado, let's get straight to it. Time for a little bit of a grass breaking montage. Let's go. So I've finished breaking the grass. I've done like a little perimeter with coarse dirt to stop the grass creeping in. And now I'm just going to texture the different variants just to make them look like, just to give it more variation in texture. And here we are, we have finished now. So we've used coarse dirt, regular dirt. We have marked this little space out there, that's for a little bit later. And I've built like a little cliff thing on the side here, but I really don't think that works. Maybe I'm just absolute ass at terraforming, but we'll change that. And now we are off to our barn to collect wax. So I think I've left waxing this head pretty late, and it's about time we actually got around to doing it. So I think this should be more than enough wax, to be fair. We're not going to be waxing every single block on the head because we are just going to leave some copper blocks to stay in their fully oxidized state. So I think about 2 inventories worth I'm going to fill the mule up now, and then yeah, I think we should be fairly good to go. Might even have some left over after all is said and done. And off we go, it's time for a head waxing montage. And looky who we have here. These frogs, man, they end up in some crazy places. I'm pretty sure that's one of the guys that escaped our suicide frog run into the nether. But it seems like he's chosen there to be his permanent residence. God, there were quite a few montages today. But yeah, we've pretty much finished the head at this point. It took quite a long time. It's quite hard getting around this thing due to the sort of shape that it is. But here's a look of it. So I've tried to texture it the same way that I imagined copper actually works in real life, where the more exposed areas would oxidize faster, and the sort of inner areas around the eyes, like under the nose, on the underside of grooves, those places would stay looking fresher for longer, as it were. As in just looking like regular copper. So I've gone with that approach, and I think it looks okay. I think this will be a long-term thing, because there will be a lot of blocks that I've missed waxing and stuff, and it might change several times, but I do think we are on the right track at the moment. And I've built up like a little copper wall around the perimeter of this courtyard area. We do need to funnel mobs into a certain location for reasons that I'm sure most people will have guessed now. Has nothing to do with that giant cannon looming over out of the head's mouth, but yeah, so I'm going to funnel them into this central location here. I've already done some testing. I think this is the place where we need them. So I'm just going to finish this off now. And then I think next we'll need some slime blocks. We are running dangerously low, and we do need quite a lot for the final project we're going to be doing today. So here we are, you can see there on the horizon a swamp biome. And the sun is going down over our swamp biome, which is a good thing. I'm not sure what kind of moon it's going to be tonight. You see, slime spawning is influenced by moon phases. So I forgot what that's called, but I'm pretty sure that's just like an okay moon. The full moon is what you want, really. And let's do this. So we have our first slime of the trip. And that creeper's gonna... Yep, that creeper probably blew up loads of my slime balls. Which is certainly unfortunate. And I'm probably going to be camping here for a few days. I want a good amount of slime, maybe like a stack of slime blocks or so. We definitely want to be here for the full moon. And here's some more. I really like the idea of slimes for some reason. I think it's a really cool concept. I know it's in like every single game ever, like slimes or blobs or whatever they call, but it's just it's a very unique concept. I think slimes are underrated. I like the idea of a rare mob as well. Like slime is actually quite hard to get because of how rare slimes are. Of course you can build a farm on that, but just seeing a slime out here in the swamp, it gets me all excited. And here's another one. He's made his way onto the beach. And I can't hit the... Oh. So we're going to kill this guy before he blows up our slime balls. We have indeed learnt from our mistakes. And it's raining. More slimes. So this is the second night now, and you can see I've built up some like platforms there. That's to give the slimes more places to spawn. And it is kind of working, but it's also, as you can see, I'm getting attacked. But yeah, it's getting pretty intense because that also spawns other mobs like these zombies, and they'll drop down on you and ambush you while you're trying to get your slime blocks. And then a creeper will come and blow your slime up, and it's pretty intense. So there we go. And under our spawning platforms, more slimes, delicious. But yeah, I'll be honest, it's getting pretty crazy here. Oh, those skeletons are fighting, slime everywhere. It's actually pretty hard. I mean, I am playing on hard difficulty because that gives the slimes an increased chance to spawn at their largest possible size, which of course means they'll split off to more slimes, and that equates to more slime balls overall. But yeah, there's been a few instances where I've been sort of on the ropes a little bit here. And we'll get this guy. First, we've got to deal with these potion spiders. Another thing I didn't know actually is spiders spawn with potion effects in hard mode, which was news to me. The first time I found an invisible spider, I didn't know what the hell was going on. And there we go. Missed this guy here. He can't quite get out of the water. Slime balls. And this is the amount of slime we got. Not a bad yield whatsoever. And so the project we need to do, it is going to be a redstone portcullis gate. Now I'm terrible with redstone, so I will be following a tutorial. So I'm just going to skip to basically when it is complete, just to stop wasting your time with hours of footage of me failing to build redstone contraptions. And here it is, and it is done. It's working fine. I will show you in a minute. Now of course it's not decorated or anything yet, it's just the absolute bare bones redstone function of it. And if we pop this button here like so, there we go. Really awesome. I would have never had any chance of building one of these without following a tutorial. If anyone's wondering, the tutorial I followed was by Mysticat. I did have to make some modifications though, and I'm actually impressed with how I actually did that, because the tutorial he does is it's only 3 blocks long, and this is a little bit longer. So you do need to change some things, but luckily I worked those things out. So here's how it looks underneath. Now when I first built it, it was broken because this block here wasn't here. Because these stairs are supposed to be closest to that observer, but they weren't because I built it wrong. But I did figure out that by just placing this block here, this will get powered by the observer, and the whole thing will actually work. Like just placing that one block fixed everything. It was crazy. I was trying to figure things out for like about at least an hour, and now look at that, voila, works perfectly. Next thing on the agenda is we are going to get this thing decorated now. So I'm just going to skip right to that in 3, 2, 1. And here we are. So we have finished the entrance. Nothing too fancy, just basic logs, deep slate, a few trapdoors, a little bit of a balcony area that's not really accessible at this point. Don't know if it ever will be. We put some frames, we've got some like roots hanging down because this place is supposed to be built into the soil. It is a mountain fortress after all. And I'll just show you in action again. Still working completely fine. We've not done any of this back area, so we'll just pretend it's not there. We will, I think, be turning this inside area into a kennels where we'll keep all our dogs at some point. So I think that makes sense in a fortress like this. But for now, it's all plain. But yeah, works perfectly. So next episode, what we'll be doing is we'll be building a skeletal farm because we need to farm arrows. And then the episode after that, I think we'll be heading to the deep dark because we'll need some juicy stuff from there as well. But apart from that stuff, thank you very much for watching. If you did like any of the build today, please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, all the things people ask you to do. Please do it, it would help me out a lot. But yeah, thank you for watching.